The movie begins with Michael and his father, who are morticians. They prepare the bodies of the deceased for funerals. At the start of the film, they are preparing the body of a woman who died by suicide. Michael asks his father how she died. His father explains that their job is only to prepare the bodies for funerals, and it's better not to know about the cause of death. The woman's body has a bracelet and a strange devil-like tattoo on it. That night, Michael meets his friend Eddie and shares his decision to join a seminary, a Christian college where students train to become priests. When asked why he wants to be a priest despite having good grades, he says that his family only has two career paths, mortician or priest. He doesn't want to be a mortician, so he chooses priesthood instead. He plans to drop out after 4 years just to escape the mortuary life. 4 years later, everyone completes their course and degrees are distributed. That night, Michael gives his resignation to Father Matthew, saying he cannot continue as a priest. As he leaves, he accidentally crashes into a woman riding a bicycle. The woman tries to save him and gets hit by a van, leaving her severely injured. Dressed like a priest, Michael approaches her. The dying woman asks for a blessing. Although hesitant, Michael blesses her as a priest. The next day, Father Matthew meets Michael again and says he hasn't forwarded his resignation letter. He believes Michael can become a great priest, and even an exorcist. Father Matthew explains that demonic activities are increasing globally and Michael's role as an exorcist could be helpful. Michael shows no interest, but Father warns that if he quits, the church will turn his scholarship into a loan. Left with no choice, Michael agrees to become an exorcist. Even though he doesn't believe in exorcism or demonic activities, since he's getting paid for the trip, he decides to treat it as a time pass. In the first class, Father Xavier teaches that before performing exorcisms, it's important to evaluate the person's mental and physical health because symptoms of mental illness and demonic syndrome can look alike. Person with demonic syndrome often stays isolated, suffers pain, and avoids communication. During this class, Michael meets a journalist, Angelina, who is taking the course to write a journal. Father Xavier notices that Michael does not believe in exorcism and sends him to Father Lucas, a highly experienced exorcist. Michael visits Father Lucas' home, which looks abandoned. Inside, a client, a young woman, is present. She appears normal to Michael, making him question Father Lucas about her possession. Father tells him to place an item in a bag. Michael puts a US dollar in the bag. Father Lucas then asks the woman to identify what's in the bag. First, she refuses, but under pressure, the demon inside her awakens. She correctly states there's an American dollar in the bag, confirming her possession. Father Lucas explains that possessed people often know hidden objects due to demonic powers, which is a key sign of possession. The exorcism begins. Father Lucas places his hand on her head and chants Latin prayers. The demon screams in pain and hurls bizarre insults. But Father continues the ritual. Eventually, the demon is brought under control. When Michael asks if the demon is gone, Father Lucas says it's only under control. It takes time and spiritual effort to completely remove it. Later, back in his hostel, Michael finds the same bracelet from the dead woman in his pocket. Shocked, he visits Father Lucas again to find out how it got there. He asks Father Lucas to bring the same girl and question her. When asked about the bracelet, she claims that a demon placed it there. Father Lucas starts provoking the demon inside her. Michael ties the bracelet back onto the girl's hand. As the demon surfaces, the girl behaves like a madwoman and tells Michael about the woman he had bathed earlier. She says that woman is greeting him. Seeing her condition, Father tries to control her. But the demon takes over the girl and begins to choke Michael. Then Father grabs the girl's ear and starts chanting again, which causes the demon intense pain. The girl begins to vomit and wooden splinters mixed with blood come out. Eventually, she calms down. For a moment, it appears the demon has left her, but it is only subdued, not gone. After this incident, Michael begins to slightly believe in exorcism. The next day, Father Lucas calls him again. They must go to another home for an exorcism. Though the weather seems fine, Father still hands Michael an umbrella and predicts rain on the way. Michael finds it strange, but they leave. On the road, it actually starts raining. They arrive at a house where a boy claims a demonic horse torments him. There are hoof marks on his back and chest, and he is extremely distressed. Father begins the exorcism. Afterward, the boy whispers something strange into his mother's ear while looking at Michael. She tells him not to say such things. Father and Michael return home, where Father receives a call about Rosaria, who is their first patient, has attempted suicide, and they are summoned to the hospital. The hospital, Rosaria is in terrible condition. No one can control her. Her voice has become demonic. During the exorcism, she pushes Father away and yells at everyone to fear her. Michael challenged the demon, asking why it exists at all and calling it nothing. The insult sends the demon in rage, but Father steps in and subdues it with another exorcism. Side, Father Lucas is furious. He tells Michael such provocations could ruin the exorcism. Michael, still in denial, leaves. The next morning, Rosaria is shown again in an even worse state. The demon dominates her completely. Bound and alone, she painfully drags herself toward the emergency button. By the time the staff reaches her room, Rosaria and her newborn are both dead. Upon hearing this, Father Lucas is shattered. His faith in exorcism and God begins to fade. He leaves the hospital. Later, Michael meets Angelina. He shares everything, how Rosaria was possessed and how she died even after the exorcism. He remains torn, unsure if exorcisms truly work. After this meeting, he returns to his hostel and sleeps. Upon waking, he finds himself in his mortician form, back at his old home, bathing a corpse. Suddenly, a strange old man with frightening hands appears and extends his hand toward Michael, as if asking to be kissed. Michael hesitates just before kissing it. The hand stops and caresses Michael's face, then suddenly grabs his throat, trying to strangle him. But at that very moment Michael's eyes open, it is revealed that everything was just a terrifying dream. At the same time, someone knocks on Michael's door. When he checks, it's Father Xavier, who urgently tells him to go home because his father's health is in serious condition. Father also arranges his flight. Michael reaches the airport but finds out that all flights are canceled due to an accident. Heartbroken, he returns to his hostel room and finds it filled with frogs. Meanwhile, Father Lucas is seen shaving in front of a mirror and accidentally cuts his cheek. His strange behavior is due to demonic possession. In Christianity, it's believed that if a priest fails an exorcism, the demonic force can possess him. This is what happened to Father Lucas after his failed attempt at exorcising Rosaria. When he could not control the demon, his faith started to weaken, allowing the demon to possess him. One of the signs of this possession is his supernatural ability to predict rain. He even laughs maniacally upon seeing a horse hoof mark on a child's back. This is the demon inside him. After Rosaria's death, his faith diminishes further, making the possession complete. When a little girl approaches him for a blessing, he slaps her away violently. Later, Michael checks into a hotel as he can no longer stay in the hostel. He calls the hospital to check on his father's condition. His father answers the phone and says he's feeling much better, which makes Michael happy. But suddenly, the voice cuts off and a doctor comes on the line, informing him that his father has died. Shocked, Michael questions how it's possible since they just spoke. The doctor explains that it is impossible because his father died at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Devastated, Michael hears another knock on the door. When he checks outside, he hears footsteps but finds no one. On the door lock is the same bracelet seen earlier in the movie. He then hears his father's voice calling for help and follows it outside the hotel. He sees footprints and hears his father saying not to worry anymore, that the pain is over. Michael sees a vision of his father falling, and then a demonic horse with blood-red eyes, symbolizing a demonic presence. Disturbed, he calls Angelina. Together, they visit the boy haunted by the demonic horse. Michael asks the boy's mother Andrea about what her son said the other day. She replies that he said Michael's father would die soon, shocking Michael as it has indeed happened. Michael asks the boy who told him that, and the boy replies it was the same being Michael saw at night. Now fully convinced, Michael seeks help. He and Angelina visit Father Lucas and find him sitting in the rain, lost and unresponsive. They take him inside. Regaining some awareness, Father Lucas urges Michael to call Father Xavier from the church and tie him up, warning that the demon is very cunning. Michael calls the church but learns that Father Xavier is out of town for 2 days. With no other option, Michael decides to perform the exorcism himself. However, because he previously lacked faith, the demon tries to weaken him. The demon tortures Father Lucas, so Michael and Angelina tie him to a chair. The demon, still powerful, knocks Angelina unconscious and breaks free, attacking Michael. Grabs his neck and tries to control his mind, asking who he believes in and proclaiming its power. Michael, overwhelmed, starts to repeat that the demon is powerful and that he believes in it. His eyes turn white, showing full possession. But just before complete takeover, he recalls the moment his mother gave him God's picture. He suddenly says he does not believe in the demon but in God. As he accepts his faith, his eyes return to normal and he regains his strength. With restored power, he commands the demon to reveal its name. Once the name is spoken, the demon leaves Father Lucas's body. The scene cuts to the next morning, symbolizing the end of the demonic presence. Father Lucas thanks Michael and the movie concludes. I hope you liked my video. If you did, please like and share it. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. We keep bringing such content regularly. Peace.